Ready for it.
Thrilled for it.
Presenting Franks with Turbo Booster Jet Engine.
Lucknow Super Giants are on the brink. They need to win all 3 games, and they know that even that might not be enough. The first of the 3 is against Sunrisers Hyderabad at the Ekana Stadium on Monday evening. Let's build up on Nexa Presents ESPN Cricinfo Timeout in the company of Tom Moody and Piyush Chawla. We're entering the last 10 games of the league stage. Tom, you told us before the break that Lucknow's problem is that the batters can't protect the bowlers can't protect the batters. What do LSG do to try and protect this minuscule hope that they have?
Well, they need to, collectively perform. At the end of the day, LSG started the season off with, really it was Nicholas Pooran, the one that was really leading the form with their batting. Since his form's gone, Rishabh Pant hasn't had form all season. Miller's also, misfired, down in that finishing role. It suddenly puts a huge amount of pressure on that bowling unit. Now, what they do need is their bowling unit to, perform at their very best. They have to be at their best, and their batting needs to improve significantly. And if they can bring both those elements to the party, yes, they can compete against Sunrisers.
The bowling is hampered after the break. Mayank Yadav is out of action yet again, another back injury. Which way do they go, PC? Shardul Thakur back in?
I think they can go back to Shardul Thakur because he has done well against SRH, and after a break he's coming back, and he's a good bowler. He has done really well in IPL, so I think the break might help because the kind of form he showed after first few games, he was not up to the mark, but sometimes break can help, so they can go back to him.
The other option is Will O'Rourke, who they've signed as Mayank Yadav's replacement, but that would have to be at the cost of one of the 4 batters, who you'd imagine, if you remove one, would be David Miller. Can they do that?
I don't think they will. I think in this situation where they still feel there's light at the end of the tunnel, they will go with their experienced players. So I think Shardul will play, in my view, and I think Miller also for that reason.
The only other way they could look at is in the last game, they did not play Ravi Bishnoi. That was the game in Dharamshala. Scope to get him back at the Ekana?
Well, Ekana is a good stadium to bowl also because it's a big ground, and Ravi Bishnoi will get some help from the wicket there as well. And it could be, in Dharamshala that was a tactical call because you don't want to go with too many spinners, and so here you might see him back. So Ravi Bishnoi and Digvesh Radhi can do the job.
All right. Shardul Thakur was player of the match in the reverse fixture. A long time ago. It was the second game of the season for both the sides. Nicholas Pooran smashed 70 of 26. Is it fair to say, Tom, that as much as we discuss all the other names in the LSG camp, for them to stay alive in this competition hinges on Pooran recapturing that early season form?
Oh, he's one component of it because he's such an outstanding player. But they've got a lot of big experienced players. Markram and Marsh at the top of the order. Marsh has had a pretty good tournament to date, so they need him to continue getting them out of the blocks quickly with a good power play. Ideally, those half centuries convert that into something more significant than that because he's got out at that point quite regularly. Yes, and then obviously if you get a Nicholas Pooran running hot for 20 balls or 30 balls, even better.
All right, let's turn our attention to Sunrisers Hyderabad. They are, of course, out of contention. Pride comes up when you talk about the last few games for such teams, but what do Sunrisers objectively want to obtain from these last few games?
I think like many teams who are already eliminated from the tournament, it's like an audition for few of the players who they want to keep, who they want to release. And again at the same time, it's the matter of pride as well. Because you don't want to finish at the bottom of the table with a couple of wins under your belt. You just want to finish in somewhere middle. So they just want to go out there, enjoy their cricket and play the best cricket.
And audition for the younger or the newer players, but also a chance of staking claims and finding their future or ensuring their future at the franchise for
absolutely.
Some others?
There's no such thing as a dead rubber with regards to players' futures. Your currency is your performance out in the middle. So if you're taking wickets when you get the opportunity or scoring runs, you then carry value moving forward, and that's exactly what they'll be looking to do. Yes, the team want to win because you don't want to be at the bottom, of the table. You want to be somewhere in the middle of the table if you've had an average year. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they do. I'd imagine they'll continue to have a look at a couple of players like a Sachin Baby, for instance, If Travis Head doesn't play, I believe that he's come down with a bit of an illness and might be arriving a little bit late. If he doesn't play, I'd actually just play the three overseas and expose the Indian talent and just have a good look at it, just to see exactly where they stand.
And when we speak of the Indian talent, the Indian batting talent, of course there were new names, but a lot of the pre-season focus was on Nitish Kumar Reddy, retained after the kind of season he had. What do you put his struggles this year down to?
Well, first year is always easy for any player. When you come in, the real test starts when you come for the second season, when people start, checking your videos and they know where to bowl to you. And that's what exactly happened with Nitish Kumar Reddy. Because people come prepared for him, and the way they are bowling to him, he just has no clue where to go now.
Second season syndrome, or is there more to it?
Yeah, the other part to that, and that's spot on, the other part to that is expectation. He has built this expectation now that we all, come to expect when he's walking out to bat that, right, okay, he's going to be operating at 150 plus strike rate. He's got all the shots against pace and spin. But suddenly, if you haven't quite got your confidence or your form's not there, or if the conditions aren't there to be able to play that way, you can end up in a negative spiral.
All right. Predictions? Anyone backing Sunrisers?
I would not back them, put that way. I think they're a dangerous side. I think it's going to be very closely matched, this.
They are a dangerous side because on the particular given day, they can damage any team. So it's not like it's going to be a prediction game that one team is gonna win easy. It's going to be a 50-50 contest.
Yeah, I remember the last time they played early in the season, that was after Sunrisers had made 286 in the opener. And everyone thought this is the game where Sunrisers against a weakened LSG will score 300. Sunrisers have rarely touched 200 after that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom, Piyush, for setting up the game for us. It is all important for LSG. One more defeat and they are out of the playoffs race.
Ready for it.
Thrilled for it.
Presenting Franks with Turbo Booster Jet Engine.
Excellent.